Hi everybody, this is Judy at Judy in the Kitchen. Today we're talking about mung beans, and I have some tips and ideas for you on ways to use mung beans. Now if you're just wanting to cook the mung beans, soaking them is optional. They're small and they cook relatively quickly and easily, so if you want to soak them, that will help them to be a little bit more digestible and cook up faster, but it's not absolutely mandatory. Now there is such a thing out there as split mung beans. They have the outer hull removed and the inner part of the seed is split in two. Those are called Mung, and the split version has slightly less fiber and it cooks up a lot faster than the whole bean would, obviously. Now a lot of people are familiar with mung bean sprouts. You can eat mung beans without them having been sprouted first, and as I said earlier, you can soak them or not soak them, but you really should cook them first or it's going to be like eating little rocks for sure. They can be pressure cooked, they can be sauteed and simmered and stir-fried in addition to being sprouted. The U.S. Dry Bean Council recommends adding 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda per pound of dried beans to the cooking water. If you do that, it will help them to soften up and cook faster, and it's especially helpful if your beans have been stored for over a year, because the longer they're stored, the harder and drier they get and the longer they will take to cook. So adding a little bit of baking soda to the water will help. Now if you can take some time to sprout your mung beans before cooking them, it really is a valuable step. It helps to reduce the phytic acid content in them, and that helps to make them easier to digest, and phytic acid is known for binding with some minerals in that food that prevents you from absorbing those minerals. So reducing the phytic acid is actually a good thing to do. It helps you to get more of the nourishment out of the food that you're eating. Now when you're cooking unsoaked dried mung beans, they will triple in bulk when boiled. So bear that in mind as far as a conversion rate. So 1 cup of unsoaked dried mung beans will give you 3 cups cooked. If your beans have been soaked and or sprouted, the mung beans will not soak up as much water when they cook, so they're not going to triple in volume in that respect. Try adding mung beans to a stir fry with broccoli and cabbage. That would be really good. Try using mung beans in place of lentils in a recipe. Why not include mung beans in soups like minestrone or vegetable soup? If you happen to overcook your mung beans and they're too soft for your liking, that's okay. Why don't you just blend them up and make a hummus out of them? A nice dip that would be wonderful. You could add mung bean sprouts or cooked and cooled mung beans to a lettuce or other type of wraps. If you bought mung beans for the sake of sprouting them, if you want to extend their life and maintain that germination rate, either store them in the refrigerator or the freezer, and that will preserve that germination rate that you really want when you sprout beans. Well, this is Judy at Judy in the Kitchen. I do hope this helps. Bye for now.